A person wants to live forever, does not believe in eternal life after death, and lives in eternal life, right now, in the eternal living universe. Afraid of death in a world that will never die, because it will also take an eternity. The most interesting thing is that there is no need to prove it, and it is virtually impossible to refute. Throughout its history, humanity has thought about the meaning of its appearance in the world, its role in the life of the planet and the form of further existence in the world, which we call the other world. At different periods of civilization development, representatives of different faiths have tried to establish in fierce debates that their point of view is the correct and only correct one. In my opinion, the name is not the essence, but the amount of blood spilled due to different views on the same thing is astonishing. Without insisting, I would like to share my assumptions. Knowing in advance that we will be asking such questions in the future, we will be disappointed and rely solely on logic and a materialistic worldview, and as a result, to implement not the best actions, sincerely believing that for them there will not be a spiritual reckoning. The Creator placed us, it is in such a space, the subject of which are all disputes, infinity. It turns out a paradox. A man relies exclusively on his logic and intellect, not believing in the infinite existence of his soul, after death, but at the same time, moves in it, being alive. A kind of denial of the existing reality. Why argue about the existence of eternity, after death, when it is outside your window? People point to the achievements of science, but they don't pay attention to the fact that they are flying through a space that, according to the same science, cannot exist by definition. The Big Bang Theory was probably invented out of desperation and the inability to explain how it all started, and it had to be based on something. Because it never started, it has always been and will always be. No matter where you are, no matter how many centuries have passed, and no matter what technology you have, you can only be certain about the limited portion of space that you can technically reach. In a world where everything has a limit to its size and can be measured, infinite matter is impossible, but it still exists. Think about it for a moment. Never and nowhere will a being be born, in a space without distances, with an infinite number of options, who will be able to answer all these questions, except for the one who created it. That is why Satan will never be able to defeat the Almighty and will never be able to gain absolute power, because he will not have enough time or resources, as well as the knowledge of the universe that only its Creator can possess. In order to destroy the kingdom of heaven, it must first be found in eternity, which is impossible. For there will always be a place for him somewhere. This is exactly what we are talking about. We say that the creator of this world is a fairy tale, and it cannot exist. But if we raise our heads, look at the stars, and think about it, we realize that the world we live in cannot exist in nature. If you follow strict logic, every phenomenon or event has a source, and nothing happens on its own. When a leaf falls from a tree, the wind blows, and the wind is the result of dense layers of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is a unique combination of protective measures for the living planet against external aggression. Everything follows a consistent pattern. The initial cause is the result of creation. Therefore, even the space that could not have formed in the first place, let alone by chance, has an author.